Hey, how's everybody doing today? Here is my leftover chicken from that rotisserie chicken that I bought at the Fresh Market. And because it's Taco Tuesday, I had some tortillas in my freezer, and I have some sauce, and I had a half a box of macaroni and elbow macaroni, and today we're gonna do barbecue chicken macaroni and cheese tacos. And it's gonna be fun and yummy. I started by wrapping up our tacos in some foil and putting them in a slow oven to make them more pliable. And it sort of worked. They're a little cracked, but let's see how we're doing. I wanna make crispy taco shells. So the first thing we're gonna do is lightly spray these with some nonstick cooking spray. Turn them over and do it again. I got the oven heating up to 350 degrees. And now we're going to shape them. And we're gonna put these in the oven for about 10 minutes. Oh, broken. We're now gonna make our macaroni and cheese. Here's our half a box of elbow macaroni, cooked according to the package directions. We're gonna start by melting some butter in a saucepan and make our cheese sauce. Our tortilla shells are out of the oven. Crispy on the edges. They're still slightly flexible, which I like. So we're gonna set them aside to cool. If I could pick them up. Here they are, getting ready to get filled. Our butter is starting to get a little bubbly. It's over there. So we're gonna season it with some salt and pepper. Just a little splash of cayenne pepper. I like to use that on my macaroni and cheese. A sprinkle of all-purpose flour. We don't need a whole lot because the cheese is going to thicken up the sauce. Make our roux, and using a roux for macaroni and cheese keeps it from splitting up when you add the milk, which we're gonna do right now. Oh wait, before you add the milk, so it doesn't splash all over the place, I like to put in the cheese. This is American cheese. It might be too much, but you don't have to use all the cheese sauce. And you don't want to fry it, so as soon as the cheese is in, then in comes the milk. And we're going to stir this around until it's cheesy and creamy. And then we're going to add in our macaroni and make macaroni and cheese for our barbecue chicken macaroni and cheese tacos. Our cheese sauce is smooth and creamy. And just like that. Whoops, up too far. Let's try that again. Beautiful. Now in goes our elbow macaroni. Stir it in. And my macaroni and cheese is usually baked. I wasn't going to bake it, but I think I am going to. So we're gonna get her in the oven, and I got a baking dish ready. I don't think that's big enough, but we'll see what we can do. We're gonna spray our baking dish with non-stick cooking spray. This is definitely gonna be too much macaroni for this dish, I think. So we may have to save some and bake it later. Ordinarily, I top it off with buttered Ritz cracker crumbs, but we don't need that this time around. I wish one of my bigger baking dishes was available, but I have other stuff in it, so that's gonna have to do. And we're gonna go into the oven for a little bit. Instead of crumbs, I'm gonna top it off with just a little bit of shredded cheddar. Keep the macaroni from drying out. And we'll see what it looks like when it comes out. While our macaroni and cheese is in the oven, we're gonna break up this chicken a bit, because those taco shells are pretty small. Now here comes our BBQ sauce. Okay, we're going in. I think we could use just a little more. Looking pretty good so far. Here comes our new bottle. And that ought to do it. Okay, mix up the rest. I think that'll be the perfect amount. And when the macaroni and cheese is done, we can assemble our tacos. Our macaroni and cheese is out of the oven, bubbly and melty and looking and smelling good and tasting good too. It is my mac and cheese after all. My customers used to call it crack and cheese. So we're gonna let it cool down a bit before we assemble our tacos. And we'll get on it as soon as we can. Our taco shells are, I've set them back in this pan so I don't have to hold them. This one I might have to hold. Came out a little wide, but we'll see how that goes. And here we have our barbecued chicken and our crack and cheese. And the first thing that's going in is going to be the chicken. All the way down into the bottom. And we're going to continue on till these are all filled. Our chicken is packed into our shells. Personally, I prefer soft tacos, but I thought other people that like hard tacos, they're going to like these. Next comes our macaroni and cheese. And instead of putting cheese on our tacos, this will be our cheese. So we're gonna pack that in there. And we're gonna keep going till they're all done. Whoops, making a mess. Pressing them in. Our macaroni and cheese is in now. And then we have some garnishes that I want to use. The first one is going to be some fresh salsa. And I have some crema that I had made before, or you could just use sour cream. But those are going to be our top. I've put our tacos on our plate. And now, first thing that's going on is a little drizzle of salsa. Not a drizzle, just a, about a tablespoon or so, just to kind of Mexican it up a little bit. Next will come a couple dollops of crema. Or sour cream, depending on what you're using. And our barbecue chicken macaroni and cheese tacos are ready to serve and eat. Oh, by the way, I think, just because I like to garnish things, a little fresh cilantro. And here we are again. Let's see how they taste. Thank you for joining me for a fun Taco Tuesday. And here is our product for today, our barbecue chicken, macaroni and cheese, crispy tacos. And now we're gonna take a bite. I don't know how well that's gonna go on camera, but let's see. So yummy. The shells are crispy. The barbecue sauce that I use, the Sweet Baby Ray's, is very sweet. So the chicken is sweet. The cheese, macaroni and cheese, is cheesy. And the toppings really finished it off nicely. And we will see you again soon.